Glendora. Very good.
Now, folks, we're fighting a lot of battles here, a battle of no sun, and I was certain that we could take the great big 300-watt lights to the museum and put them away. For the summertime, I was certain that sometime in May the sun might shine. The poinsettia did very well at St. Luke's Church during the winter. The mother plant and Franklin too. Three things. They either got injured being brought down in the wind, or they weren't watered enough, or the weather's so bad in May that they should still be inside. This weather is 4 weeks behind. We're going to play the game. This is a fun game. I'm going to tell you the word, and you're going to use it in a sentence. The word is alert. Brisk, lively, prompt, ready, on the watch, vigilant, and wide awake. Now you use that in a sentence. That describes you, right? That's what you are. In order to have the full benefit of your life, we must be alert as to, right, God. We must be brisk and prompt and vigilant and on the watch and wide awake. Next word is alimentary canal. That is the food-carrying tube from the mouth to the anus. And that's what my cats are. Feed, 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 and then litter pan, litter pan, litter pan. The next word, oh, okay, you want to use that in a sentence? All right. Okay. You can call me up and tell me. We're sorry for all the things we do wrong, and we will eschew those. We will go around them. God, we thank you for all the great things that you do for us all of the time. And God, clean out our hearts and fill them with the Holy Spirit. That's alleviate, isn't it? Now we have 199. But sometimes I think I must be wrong about that, because I'm reading now about Lao Tzu, 600 BC. And the name of it is Men Who Have Walked with God. And the first one is Lao Tzu, who met Confucius. And Lao Tzu didn't think Confucius had the answers. And then there's Buddha Gautama and Zen Buddha, and then William. And Cheney's writing is magnificent. He's a poet in himself, even though it's prose. And he really has the feeling for the universal rhythm and for the right pace. So the electronics book, that was handed in, and by MacArthur, John MacArthur. This goes way back, 1979, in Sun Valley, and he was preaching on Ephesians 6, put on the armor of God, and that the devil is a horrible enemy, and we're at war, and put on a breastplate, and put on a helmet, and put on spiked shoes, and carry swords where you can split a person's skull. Okay, I don't think that's Christian. And if I ever met MacArthur, Dr. MacArthur, I would tell him that. What about Matthew 5, chapter 5, love your enemies? So if the devil is this great enemy, pray for the devil. Pray for your enemies. Pray for him. Maybe we can transform him into something sweet, and then we won't have all this trouble in this world. A new one came in yesterday, famous man, and a very good man, Charles Stanley. That really doesn't even look like him. Anyway, success God's way. I don't think that looks like him, do you? So how many went back to the library? Did I tell you about this itty bitty one? Will. Gary Will. He takes a different view of the Bible. And where's that gone? Is the wind blown that away? Well, that one's done. And over here, do you want to see a pussycat? Here, pussycat. Pussycat. Pussy Sebastian cat. Pussy Sebastian. These are happy cats. There's the mother plant and Franklin plant, her son. They did not do well. Either they didn't get watered enough, or they were troubled by the wind when they were transported here, or it's just May. We don't have any summer. We don't have any spring. Maybe that's the reason. But these did brilliantly during the winter at St. Luke's Church. These are Lutheran plants. Well, it's so bad, and we don't have one of those little foam rubber wind caps. We had one, I lost it. Mary made it for me, but it keeps falling off. So I'm back to the camera microphone. Glendora, cheerful look at life. The room clerk said to the traveler, what do you want? A room with a tub or a shower? And the traveler says, what's the difference? And the room clerk says, well, with the tub you get a chance to sit down. And those signs in the hotels, have you left anything? They should change them around and say, have you anything left? And the doctor told Anthony to go to a hotel and get some change and a rest. Well, the bellhop got the change and the hotel got the rest. Marilyn says that she and her boyfriend have a strange and wonderful relationship. He's strange and I'm wonderful. John brags that he's very active in church, and his mother-in-law, that's right. He wiggles, he fidgets, and he squirms. Bob says that I used to have a bad memory until I took that Sam Carnegie course. All right. You got any jokes, folks? I told you about the man who had the darling Cocker Spaniel puppy. He just adopted this lovely little puppy, and he's carrying the puppy in his arms, walking down the street to get into his car, and he meets his friend, and he says to his friend, what do you think about this Cocker Spaniel puppy that I got from my wife? And his friend said, that's not a bad trade. I guess we're coming to the most important part of a check, Glendora, and that's helping you be happy. Well, this is Lao Tzu now, 600 BC, all right, 600 years before Christ. And this is Sheldon Cheney, the author of this book, Men Who Have Walked with God, saying about Lao Tzu. Beyond that, he had observed the frivolity, the callousness, and the actual degeneracy among rulers and courtiers who feasted, dallied, and intrigued at grievous cost to the people. Does that sound like 2009? He saw the vast structure of governmental regulation, law, and armed enforcement as designed to perpetuate social evils. And the saddest part of it was, he pointed out that no one was really made happy. For the rulers and courtiers gained only the illusory enjoyments of the flesh, and they were periodically harassed, harried, and overcome by rival rulers. Is that not 2009, a postage stamp of that? And now, here's what a poem by Lao Tzu, and it is, through return to simple living, folks, comes control of desires. In control of desires, stillness is attained, and in stillness the world is restored. Now I want to tell you that these are the same thoughts that came to me in 1967 when I wrote down Be Perfect. Let me just show you a little bit of that and see if this won't help you. This is the book Be Perfect. All of its pages and its covers are plastic, and these are the things that I heard from above, just as this very week in 2009, the second week in May. I wish you would tell me what you heard from above. And it came to me in these words that all I had to do, only one thing in the world to think about: love perfectly, all of the time. Love perfectly, all of the time. And then what would happen? Never fighting, starting fights, or fighting back, never getting angry, never loving anything, never letting anything never saying anything bad about anybody. Putting others first, that is, putting God first. Not only putting God first, but putting God first and only. Being polite, mannerly, and considerate. That sounds like Confucius. Being worthy of God. Being worthy of God's trust. And being true to God. Not talking too much, no empty talk, no slip of the tongue, nor of the feet, and there was a slip of the tongue. No slip of the tongue, nor of the feet, nor of the hand. Being as great as possible and not trying to be greater than anybody else. Wholeness, oneness, integrity, being in step with the universe, full development of talents, abilities, potential beings, being skilled. These are all for you. no longer being afraid to die because of having accomplished the highest purpose of life. The highest purpose of life. The end of being bossy, uncooperative, rude, inconsiderate, of showing off, of bragging, of asking others to do the job instead of doing it yourself, of correcting others and of judging. No more using products obtained through hurting animals or plants. No more burning out mind and body without achievement that is wanted. Being cultured. Well, folks, the next adversity was the battery ran out, and I certainly expected that the sun was going to shine sometime in May, so I took the 300-watt video light over to the museum, because I thought it was going to be spring, I thought it was going to be summer. It used to be. And so I think what we'll do is sing a hymn together, and that will strengthen us, right? Breathe, oh breathe thy loving spirit into every troubled heart. Let us each in thee inherit, let us find the promised rest. See, that keeps coming over and over again. The promised rest. Take away the love of sinning. Pure unbounded love thou art. Pray and praise God without ceasing. Glory in the perfect love. Okay, let's try another one. I won't be seeing you for a month. God of grace and God of glory, on thy people pour thy power. Let's see. From the fears that long have bound you, free your heart to joy and love. Grant you wisdom, grant you courage for the facing of this hour, for the facing of this hour. Nice, huh? Okay. Keep the courage flaming. It's all in your thought. Practice it. Although that's not what Lao Tzu says. I guess it's just the old thing of loving perfectly all the time. That's the only one thing you have to think about. Yeah, I'll help you any way I can. Let me hear from you. Get the message out to others. If you hear anything again, I ask you, if you hear anything from above, please let me know. And if I hear of anything above, I'll let you know if I don't take my notebook over to the museum and forget that there were things in there for you. Goodbye is a contraction for what? You bet. God be with you. The most Bibles. And so they asked him, well, what did you say to the people to sell the most Bibles? And he said, I just said, do you want to buy a Bible, or do you want me to read it to you?
Very good, Glendora. Very good.
And it is the SS Glendora After School Happy Show. Jacob, can you tell the boys and girls how to be on the show?
Yes, you call the spaceship number, and the number is 517. 518-758-9449.
Is that right? 9889, isn't it? Or is it 9449?
I think it's right. Well, as you can see, we have just gotten a delivery from Earth, and they have sent us beautiful plants so we can remember that there is nature in space.
Oh, that's good. And nature on the Earth, right? Yeah, that's excellent.
What we need is a bird.
And what did you do today, Jacob? It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. What did you do today?
Well, I got up really early, and my dad told me to go back to sleep. But I'm gonna tell what happened. I watched TV instead. I was trying to go to sleep. I put it on no, closed my eyes. Then, of course, the Blendy markers commercial came on. In my head, da 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 da. There's a person dancing around with the Blendy markers. Da 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 da. That was my dream.
And so then what did you do after you finally got up?
Well, I ate some breakfast, and then I got ready to go to church.
Oh, okay. And then did you go to the main service, or did you go to Sunday school?
Went to Sunday school and the main service.
Oh, you did? Did you have any friends sitting next to you?
I had my cousin, Danny.
Danny? How old is he?
10.
He's 10. And that's how old you are?
Nope, I'm 8.
You're 8. Okay.
I think it's good to have like a kinda your age, but a little bit older relative, because, well, if you have a question about math, what's